Aloha and welcome back. So before I get into the intro for the game presently, I'm going to make this statement and kind of challenge myself to edit it into 3 different videos. Yesterday was just a snowball day. It was something that, something a little minor happened that rolled into the next thing, and before I knew it, the game I was playing just to relax sucked up my whole day. I didn't even really get that much done as far as learning Blender and stuff like that, which I'm trying to get into animation and things along those lines. And the world at present is not fun for those regards. Anyway, I won't take too much time up because this is going to be repeated across 3 different videos, hopefully. So, without further ado, I'm Fade Panther, and this is Final Fantasy Renaissance version 2.0.4. Here we go. I apologize to you all for me blowing up about the whole thing. I was just frustrated. In all honesty, I was just frustrated. And let's just have to attack. Because the reality is, I was just frustrated. I had seen how this was going to go, and I was pretty sure that I needed to build up some fundage, because I knew myself. But at the same time, just because of that doesn't give me the okay to be upset at you guys. I was more upset at the, overall spectrum of stuff that was happening and all that. But again, that does not give me the okay to do what I was doing. So, provided I get that up to 2,222,223 before getting to Chaos, I'll be golden. But I think even if I get close, because there's also extra little money bits around, I'll be okay. Nope. So I also have to make absolutely sure to pick my fights, because right now, if I were to have Tim face against the gas dragons, that would be bad. That would be super bad. Because in all honesty, he does not have the capability of resisting poison. But after I get that final ribbon, I should be good. I'm spacing this up because Tim and Shanta have proven that they absolutely, if they crit properly, can just destroy people. And I proved last episode that provided I do things properly, I'm not going to have to worry as much about things. Right. Inside here. The Chaos Blade. Which is cool, but not really useful. Actually, we want you to do that. These guys are not worth a whole lot, but I absolutely need to... Because it will not steal health if there's no health to steal. I also have a full repertoire of potions, so I'm not freaking out about getting too low. Also had basically 2 days to rest. So, I still do apologize for my outburst, because that didn't need to happen. I don't need to heal that heavily right now, so... You need it. Those guys are the thing that I'm really worried Okay. Okay. We're good now. Controls, please stop being an irritation. 30,000. Okay. Hi. No. Fuck. Oh, that's right. God damn it. I said no. It's not like I can really use that for money things anyway. Oh, come on. There. Hey, Phantom. Actually. Because he gives me shit. Okay. So, I was just curious because that particular object has always been the thing that, like, sends you home. And I was like, maybe? There's not enough guys for me to warrant using my first heal. So the Chimera I'm most worried about because he's got the stone effect, and I don't want to have Tim falling any further behind. God damn it. Let's just run. Thank you! Now I'm no longer worried about, Tim. I was going to have her Drain Samba, but that doesn't work on these guys. But the Poultry Polka at 100% will diminish the shit out of their attack power. Now might actually be a good time to... Never mind. No, I need to. No, I'm gonna boil through my... There we go. I'm more or less just waiting for the regeneration effect to wear off. Or at very least, everybody to be dead. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. Just because I want every use of that heal to be as good as possible. And I think that was a good time for it. You know one game that I've thought about playing for the channel, but I don't know how well it would be received? Cuphead. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are like, are you serious? Well, yeah, actually. So, Cuphead is a game that I actually am familiar with thanks to work, because it was a relatively lightweight game that you could co-op. Don't co-op that game. It makes it harder. Like, I'm not joking, it actually does make it more difficult. Another game I thought about playing for the channel, I'm not sure about how you guys feel about it, but Shovel Knight. That is another game that you do not want to play co-op. It makes it harder. But for a very different reason. But yeah, Shovel Knight, the various iterations of Shovel Knight. Because I had to play that game on Blast Repeat. I don't want to deal with these. Green Medusas, what's your payout? 2,437. It's a 10,000 payout. Sure. Next time I run into them, maybe I'll do it. I can't run from these guys, so here we go. Cool. But yeah, the reason I ask is because those are two games that I know I'm going to get frustrated in at certain points. Believe it or not as much as you might think. Yeah, that should work. But yeah, so definitely let me know, because I really enjoy playing those games. Shovel Knight by itself, I beat before the expansions came out. Not on my home account. I beat it on the work account. And it was fine. It was okay. I knew how to handle a lot of the stuff that was going on. It wasn't the best in terms of a lot of things, but also it was just such a wonderful love letter to the older style of gameplay. I have it thanks to my sister. So that's not a problem in that regard. But the bigger issue at this juncture is just whether or not you guys would enjoy it, because I would be playing through all of it. and that includes the other expansions that came out, which, to their credit, to those at Yacht Club Games, holy shit. I found the Reaper Knight. I forget what his actual designation was, to be the most fun for me. But that's just me. That's the way it goes about. And for the most part, I hated playing the Alchemy Knight. That said, it was interesting for me to see there was a person who worked alongside me and the rest of the crew who hated, and I do mean like did not like side-scrolling platformers. I found that wild, but it also like opened my eyes up to the reality that the world is weird, and for every taste you have, there's someone who doesn't like it. Legitimately, not just because they don't like you or da-da-da-da-da. I mean, legitimately just don't like it. And they might have a very solid reason for it. Hey, Lich. I could have handled that better. But yeah, so just throwing that out there. Cuphead, I'm not terrible at, honestly. Hi. And I had legitimately played and beat almost the full game before the unfortunate layoffs happened. Believe me, that is my work in a nutshell. It is play stuff and jot down any issues you have. Now here's the part that gets weird. We wouldn't only be using controllers. Sometimes we would be using very, very wonky peripherals. What's a peripheral? Well, the quickest way to indicate what a peripheral is, have you played Rock Band? Anything that... We're really close. Anything that would be considered an addition to a controller or something like that is considered a peripheral. So, the guitar for Guitar Hero, the drum set for Rock Band, the mic for Lips. Oh, that chasm actually fucking worked. Weird. But yeah, so that's the, you know, Man, that job took up so much of my life, but at the same time, I wasn't dissatisfied with it. I was upset at several points for various reasons, sure, but like I never once really hated my job. I hated not being treated fairly. I hated not being paid what I was worth. And I hated being looked down upon for the job I did, despite the fact that the job I did was actually super fucking important for the industry. And here's the part that kept me going for the longest, I should mention. Regardless of everything, the department I was a part of outlasted every other department that kept looking down on that department. Like, in VMC, which is Volt Management Company, you had several legs of importance. I can't go over which ones they are because that's a kind of gray area at this point, but only one of them was actually game FAQ. Or not FAQ, QA. FQA is what I was, which was functional quality assurance. So we handled peripherals, consoles, controllers, how each of them would react to things. One particular thing that we would do on the regular is, okay, we got this new console, awesome, cool, plug it in, awesome, cool, power it up, awesome, cool, how long did that take? I had my stopwatch all ready to go, awesome, cool, jot that down. How long did it take to get to this start screen? Oh, cool, awesome, yeah. Do that 100 times. And write down every last time. Mind you, it scaled from initially being, hey, see these 4 consoles in front of you? Yeah. Here's a switch box. Okay, cool. Now you take that switch box. Yeah. And after all 4 have powered up, okay, switch through that switch box so that one screen of yours goes through all 4 consoles. Okay. If none of them booted up properly, mark those down as a fail and move on. Okay. And? Oh no, there's no and. That's what you're doing. There's like 100 times 4 boxes here. Yep. You are going to be here until every last one of those boxes is either checked off or X'd off. Oh, okay. And guess what happens when you are fast enough to do it all in one go? You got the privilege of doing it again with 4 more consoles. To be fair, though, I enjoyed it. I could just kind of turn my brain off, daydream, not care. So I thoroughly didn't mind that. It eventually evolved to a point that instead of, oh hey, yeah, here's a console that you have to sit there and do for ever. It was, oh hey, here's a console. Yeah, you have to go through it, but at the same time, no one else can use a Pro Cape, right? You don't want to get rid of it. It's not better than your shield. Actually, it's worse than your shield, but in a lot of regards. Yeah, we'll leave that there. It evolved to a point where you now had one console, but instead of just turning it on and then checking a box, you instead had to turn on the console, and on top of that, you had to time from when you press the power button to when the LEDs on the console showed you what was going on, to then when it got to the main menu. And that was for the original X1. The original Xbox One. Which, dear God, did that name get fucking confusing. Because, in all honesty, it was like, oh, hey, so we've got this X1 title. Oh, the new one? No. Original. Xbox original title. It's just like, why did you... And it's not like their naming conventions got any fucking better. Like, let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. You had the Xbox Series X and Series S. What did those mean? You don't know. You don't know what they mean. Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter what it was. And the worst part is I kind of saw the writing on the wall and just didn't pay attention to it. What do I mean by that? So when I saw the Series S and X come out, I realized that it's like they're trying really hard after a market that doesn't require them to do anything. That's not good. That's really bad. So I started realizing, like, oh shit, like, if this goes the way they want it to go, you're not going to be owning anything that you have paid for. And that's not good. That's just straight up not good. But it was like, okay, alright, fine. You know what? This still pays my bills. I'm still getting funding from this. I'll keep at it. And then when I saw that they were trying after Activision, because there's no way in hell that someone within the industry as deeply as our crew was didn't hear about the acquisition attempt. There was zero way for that to slip by. Zero way. So as a result, I saw that they were going to go after Activision, and I'm like, that's not good. And lo and behold, like, I think it was like a month or two within the projected time frame of that, 10,000 people were laid off from Microsoft alone. And it's not like the layoffs have stopped. And that's the part that, like, saddens me to no end. That no matter what's going on, a lot of the people who are backing Microsoft and everything like that, the fanboys, which, by the way, fanboys on both sides need to fucking quit. They need to stop. Like, the console wars was useful. It was. For the sake of making sure there was competition. But right now, look at what it's doing. It is a literal war. There are casualties everywhere. And as a result, where are your favorite console companies anymore? I mean, a fantastic example of how utterly distraught it is. Nope, we want to do that. When it comes down to having to deal with all this shit. Like, look at it. Let's look at the fact that Sega used to be on par with Nintendo. 100%. It was the only competition Nintendo truly ever had. The Genesis versus the Super Nintendo. All that stuff. It was a massive war. They went into everything possible to get that thing going. And what resulted? We've got Sega, who has consistently put out middling to nichely loved games. No more consoles capable of being made on their side. And at the end of the day, what do they have to show for it? They're barely hanging on. Like, they're making more money from their casino endeavors than their video game side. That's terrible. That's terrifying. And look at the big reason why I knew that the console wars between Sony and Microsoft were going to be much more intense is because look at what Nintendo and Sega were. Nintendo and Sega were, and still are, entertainment companies. That's what they do. They build entertainment. That is their focal point of everything. What problems do that rise? When that entertainment doesn't work out, they are kind of forced to go into other fields. That's just how that works. Sony and Microsoft? Yeah. Microsoft is partly why you have a computer. And they know it. And they are absolutely willing to take everything from you they can and basically make sure you don't own shit. They are a company, but the shit they are doing does not make sense for a company. They are going way too hard, way too far, and way too strong into kill the competitor. A lot of big businesses are being really stupid right now. Let's be honest about that factoid, because it's important. But I'm sorry for... Like, the more I look at it, the more I realize that no matter which way I want to go about doing things, the field in which I used to enjoy being a part of is falling apart, and I have no more room in it anymore. I wanted to be a QA. Not joking, not lying. Quality assurance was the job I wanted to do. Playing games, finding out what's wrong with them, running into those bugs and all those sorts of things, that's my jam. That is what I know I'm good at. am I like this whiz kid of finding bugs that are out of left field and are really tricky, but man, once you find them, they completely destroy the game? No, I'm not. That's why, as much as I do have respect for the what are they called? Speedrunners who use exploits and whatnot, I have more respect for them in the realms of they are finding bugs. There we go. We have enough. They are finding bugs and basically doing QA stuff. And that's cool. But most of the other ones, it's not that they're doing that. They're just they're not even finding, they're just refining how to do that bug on repeat. And at that point, you're no longer playing the game. You're playing a different game at this point and using that game as a way to promote how good you are or not. I don't know. In all honesty, it bugs the shit out of me. But regardless, like, I wanted to be QA, and I still have the talents necessary to do so. Eye for detail. I may not see everything, but I do see more things than what most people see. When I'm not talking, I see even more, but that's because that's just how the organic brain works. There's only so many inputs of information and outputs of information that it can happen at any one time. That's how that goes. We are not trying for that. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is I'm sorry for all this hoo-ha that I'm going through, because there are games that I legitimately want to play and beat and like all that stuff, and I would love for you guys to be along for the ride, but I also don't know what you guys are interested in watching me play. Because again, I don't think I'm the type of individual who's actually funny to watch upset. I know I'm funny when I'm annoyed or slightly sleepy or drunk. But that's not the same as being upset. Like when I am really upset at something, I go after it. Like I don't try to be funny, I try to go after the thing. That's not fun to watch, I think. But that's again, that's just me. That's just how I think. And I have a slew of Metroidvanias right now for whatever reason. The Von Garland Castle. For whatever reason, it's not allowing me to use my controller to play it anymore for some weird reason, and I don't understand that. But that's whatever. I've got a slew of Metroidvania games. Some I've already played for the channel, but that doesn't mean that I don't have any more to play, because I've got a lot of them. I realize what the glass sword does. The glass sword turns Penny into Tim. Without the crits. So it's not a 1-for-1. Yeah, I wanted to throw that out there while I'm doing this, because now that I've gone through that last episode of getting the money that I needed and everything like that, I'm clearly in the correct light of being able to handle this issue and everything like that. And I am actually sorry for being upset at you guys or even myself, because it was just a miscalculation. Like, if I had fought everything like I basically am doing now, which you guys saw that I'm fully capable of doing. But I didn't. And that was on me. That was straight up on me. But at the same time, that's, whatever. Like, there's no way around it, really. It's straight up a fault of mine. And as a result, it was just something that I got upset at for no real reason. I would have been pissed if that killed one of my guys before the end. Alright, yeah, no, nothing up there. Money bags. Finally. Cool. Awesome. 10 million and everything like that. I'll no longer have to worry about this fucking achievement. Everybody's at full health too. Cool. Remember me, Garland? Your puny lot thought it defeated me, but the four fiends sent me 2,000 years into the past. From here, I sent the four fiends to the future. The fiends will send me back to here, and the time loop will go on. After 2,000 years, I will be forgotten, and the time loop will close. I will live forever, and you shall meet your doom. I mean, possibly. Hold up. He is resistant to death. Cool. Alright. So we're not doing that. Ha! Darkness. Jesus. That is basically a full heal. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So Last Waltz can never get to 300%. That's weird. And yeah, you guys suck. Geostorm is the one that just destroys them. Blessed Blow plus Geostorm is just a massively powerful Way of the Dance, Way of the Darkness, and Way of the Elements. All completed. So... right, the mage thing is coming up. So I'm going to have a black mage, a red mage, a bubble, who was I going to have? Let me know in the comments. I forgot what the next party was going to be. I know Black Mage because I need to get the Black Mage out of the way and do the save scumming thing so I can get that achievement out of the way. I know the Red Mage because I need to get the level 8 spell for him. And I know Bubble because I've got a couple of other boss achievement lineups that I need to do. I guess I could go White Mage. Oh, right, that's right. Shine. That's right. I remember now. Shine. Because I absolutely need to get him that goddamn sword. So Shine, my Red Mage, Bubble, and the new Black Mage. That's going to be the next lineup. Thank you all for the ones of you who've stuck with me for my ups and downs, because it's the entire reason why I'm still on this series for this long. It's a good game. It's a damn good game. I'm loving the characters I'm building. But if you guys weren't here for the ride, I probably would have stopped playing by now. And I'll definitely say this, if you guys haven't seen it, though the gameplay is very different than this, Strangers of Paradise, I have to say, I really, really enjoy the characters that game has. It doesn't have all that many, which, like, compared to other Final Fantasy games that have, like, a slew of characters, this and that, it's honestly very intimate with how many characters there are. There really aren't a whole lot. But man, it actually, like, I'm always at odds with Ninja Theory because they're always the group that I understand are really flashy, really this, really that, but they also tend to do things just because they know it's the cool thing to do and not so much that it's actually a cool thing. But that game, the combat gets a little... There are times where it sucks. But goddamn, the story on that one, I love it. And I love that particular narrative. So yeah, we did it again. The next run is going to be run number 6. Wow. I will catch you all next time. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.